Hello, my name is David Morgan. I'm the city manager for the city of Georgetown, and we have had a heck of a week here in our community with a tragic fire at the Ponderosa Pet Resort on Saturday. We are working to complete the fire investigation. We are also working to support the families who have lost their beloved pets, who are absolutely a part of their family, and working to answer questions the best that we can. One of the questions that we've gotten is related to the kennel permitting ordinance, which was adopted in 2013. What that ordinance does is it addresses the making sure that there's appropriate amount of water and food and sanitary conditions for animals. But what it doesn't do is it doesn't address things related to specific fire safety, like sprinkler systems or requiring fire monitoring or staffing on site. We're looking at those kinds of provisions through our fire code. There may be ways in which we can update our fire code locally and also working nationally. We encourage you to participate in providing input to us on suggestions or ideas that you have. And we have ways in which you can do that through our website. But in terms of our kennel permitting ordinance, we have not been actively enforcing that. We've not been enforcing that on the kennel providers. The few that we know of are in our community, including Ponderosa. So as a result, we do not anticipate issuing a citation to Ponderosa because we've not been educating or doing active enforcement in that. But I do want to reiterate that the kennel permitting ordinance would not require for fire sprinklers or fire alarms or 24/7 monitoring. That's not something that the kennel permitting ordinance would require. I do want to reiterate, though, that we do have an active animal services department, animal control officers that are in the field and that respond to any concerns regarding animal welfare or animal abuse. And that is something we're actively doing, we've actively done in the past. And we're also obviously looking at ways in which we can make sure that the kennel permitting ordinance, the language there, and the permits that are required, that we actively enforce that through our staffing, and so that will be something that will be happening and be forthcoming. One of the other things or questions we've been getting is related to if there are too many dogs or were too many dogs at the Ponderosa facility. I can tell you that our first responders, through their work in terms of responding to the fire, what they witnessed was that they witnessed that the majority of the kennels had only one dog in each kennel, that there were some larger kennels that had no more than 2 dogs, and that there were several kennels that did not have any occupancy or any dogs in them at all. And so based on our calls for service at Ponderosa previously, as well as just what our first responders witnessed, we do not believe that they would be in violation of anything related to our ordinances on keeping animals in a healthy and safe manner. There is no specific requirement on the exact number of dogs that can be kept in a facility or the exact number of kennels. It's a little subjective. It's based on the size of the facility, the size of the kennels. And so, but based on what we've identified, based on our calls for service, we don't believe that was an issue, or that would have been an issue upon inspection at Ponderosa. We are committed to continuing the investigation, to working through how we can make sure that we look at ways in which not only we can support the families at this time who've had tremendous loss, but how can we minimize the risk for an event like this happening in the future? And so please know that we'll be working on that over the next few months. And I know, I know that this fire reaches far beyond just the people that have been directly impacted by their lost pets, but it impacts everyone in the community and beyond. And I just share condolences with you for that loss and mourn with you. I've been a lifelong owner of dogs, and they're a beloved friend of mine, and so I can only imagine the loss I'd be feeling if my dog had been at Ponderosa, and I feel the families, and we will continue to look for ways in which we can support them, and we will also be committed to answering questions that you have. So we'll be. Please reach out to us if you have other questions or if there are things we can be doing to better answer and respond to this tragic incident. That's all for now. Thank you.